Well, good evening and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Rangers 1, St Johnstone 0, a hard-fought victory. Join myself, Fox Stewart. On the panel is my mate Fox. All right, Fox?
Evening.
Well, a bridge man, as we call it, mate. Wasn't it a great watch? We weren't at our swashbuckling best. First half, we made enough chances to win a couple of matches. Maybe Kent could have scored, Golson could have scored, Tav could have scored, Roof could have scored, and we never took any of them and put ourselves under pressure. Hadji pops up with a winner. Happy days, 3 points, we move on, folks.
Aye, well, that used to be entertained with this side, with slick passing and great movement. Tonight's game was a bit of a grind, as they say, but we got there in the end, and the 3 points is all that matters to me. First time Bridgeman's got the score right in a long time as well, isn't
it? Did he get it right? Yeah, we got it right. What else? Hibs, we beat them 1-0. Who else did we beat 1-0? Aberdeen away? Was that 1-0?
I'll tell you what.
That right? Aye. Celtic at home. It's on a roll with a Bridge. Money goes to money right enough.
We've only played 27 games, mate, and he's been right 3 times.
I mean, I think he takes his sweet money every week. That's all he does it for, so he can take the money after me and you. Money goes to money. Anyway, it'd be good to get people's calls. Well, listen, we know there was a problem with RTV, but please don't come on here. There's nothing we can do about it. Obviously, the club have been working hard to get it resolved. I think it was the volume of traffic at the one time we're picking up, but we'll see what the resolution of that is.
I was affected in the first half with it as well, mate. So in my mind, Rangers were superb in the first half and eased off in the second half.
All right, mate. You just keep with that thought, yeah?
I mean, was it 5 times we hit the bar in the first half, was it?
5 times off the bar, the post, the goal was fantastic and everything like that, Fox, you know?
Oh, that's the way I thought it would be.
Swashbuckling till you started watching it.
Aye, blame me.
Aye, swashbuckling. Right, mate, if people want to join us, give us their thoughts. What's the number?
The number is 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at RangersRadio. Join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. We've brought in a call by the one and only Old School Blue, who's looking a picture tonight with his new anniversary T-shirt on, yeah?
Aye, and what's that cat letter he's got there? Aye, I can see him now.
He fun it. Aye, he fun it. He fun what he was looking. I'm sure. Is that why he's got a smile on his face?
Aye, it'd be the first time for a wee while.
Just since earlier on the night, I think. You know, but anyway, Old School Blue will bring you in. If you phone in, hang up and we will phone you back ASAP. Right, okay. Can't put my finger on it. I must admit, when the game started, I didn't like the shape. People have different thoughts, mate. Personally, I thought Kamar Roof didn't look fit, and I didn't like the fact that he was trying to get his fitness back completely in the Rangers first team as a starter, mate. That's my personal opinion. His touch was just a wee bit off, and he didn't look comfortable, particularly comfortable in that number 9 slot. So it leads to the question: we did miss Alfie, Fox.
Aye, Alfie brings that wee bit of extra quality up front. I suppose he tried, mate. I don't think the pitch, Ibrox wasn't looking that clever tonight either. Did you think so yourself? I mean, we've been complaining about other grounds not looking good, but Ibrox didn't particularly look great tonight either. Heavy going. We just never got going, Alex. You know, we never get into our stride as we normally do. Right for the word, the first whistle. I thought we huffed and puffed all the way through that game, and Hadji's goal absolutely settled it. There was no way that they were going to come back, although they did have a wee rattle and change of shape with 20 minutes to go, as teams do often at Ibrox. They started to force their way in, but our defence is absolutely solid, and Alan McGregor, with a superb save in the second half, kept it at 1-0. Okay. Have we lost him?
No, I was doing a bridge, man, if I'm being completely honest, Fox.
I'm surprised.
But the big start for me is played 27, 24 wins, 3 draws, 67 for, 7 against, 60 goal difference plus 75 points, mate. Precious for him, mate, whether we like it or no. We know that was the vintage, but that's another step closer.
Well, a league title win takes all sorts of games to win, mate. Sometimes you're fabulous, sometimes you're mediocre, and tonight was a mediocre performance. As I said earlier, it was a grind, but we got there. Hadji got the man of the match on Rangers TV. I thought Stephen Davis again was very good, very economical with the ball, found his men all the time. And of course, Edmondson and Goldson gave nothing away at the back. Alanda. What did I say?
Edmondson.
Oh, is he away, isn't he?
Derby. I thought that the most entertaining player on the pitch for us or the piece was Joe Aribo, mate, who done some things that were very, very clever. Hadji gets a goal, so he's going to grab a headline. Simple as that, mate, yeah?
Aye, but Hadji, when he cut across the box like that, mate, I was shouting hit it about 3 times before he eventually did, but he tucked it away to the right-hand side of the goal, and a fabulous goal. Joe Aribo is a class player on the ball. Still don't think, for me, sitting in the midfield 3 is his best position. I like to see Joe Aribo up front when he's taking on defenders. But he put in a good shift tonight, and most of the delightful bits of football came for Joe Aribo tonight.
I think in hindsight, mate, I would have liked to have seen Kamara playing, and whether he did knock, I don't know. But he came on, so that doesn't add up. But I think we missed his guile and poise, mate, at times. Him and Barisic worked effectively together, so my left side became pretty null. And then we become lopsided, and it's not the best way to play. But we can pick the bones out the performance, and we're right to do so, but it's still 3 points towards this title, mate.
Yes. I think
welcome to the EE voicemail. I'm sorry, but the person you've...
I'm sure they'll be back with us in a second. Carry on, folks.
I've lost my train of thought there, Paul.
I was saying about the 3 points. It's all really counts, isn't it?
Aye, well, especially at this stage of the season. Rangers have done it the hard way, but we've still won, and that's all that matters. Another 6 wins will see us heading towards the final finish. And I would take 1-0. So I know it's no great entertainment, but it's all about getting the points on the board now as we close in on the title.
Hello, how we doing, mate? Oh, he was there. I'm sure he'll be right back. Got to be one of the nights, folks. You can just tell. But I get the points, move on. A game played without Alfie. Roof gets some minutes in the legs. Hadji gets a game over midfielder firing. So a lot of positives, you know. I thought Hollander was a pick of the back four for me tonight. And then in the midfield, Jack and Davis, very neat and tidy, very good on the ball. But I thought Aribo was the best out of the lot of them. I thought our actual front three, apart from the goal for Hadji, were okay, but ultimately a wee bit disappointing at times, you know. But whether that was the conditions that the ball wasn't sticking or it was just one of the nights, I don't know.
I felt there was a big gap between the midfield and the attackers tonight. I didn't think that any of the midfielders made decent runs into good positions. And the front three were always well marshalled with a half-decent St Johnstone defence who didn't do much wrong in the game. And it's that wee bit of magic that any of our players are capable of that goes the winning goal.
Yeah. We go in a lot of positions to make chances. Ultimately, we never made that many in the second half. But when we go in a lot of positions, it just never worked for us. But we'll take it and we'll move on, mate. As simple as that, yeah.
And there seems to be a wee bit of drop in form for our two fullbacks. I don't know whether... We've been joined by Davey.
It's Dave. How we doing, Dave?
All right, guys. How we doing?
All right, mate.
All right.
Thoughts, mate? What was your thoughts?
Guys. The night's game.
Aye.
Wasn't brilliant, was it? Wasn't brilliant, but I thought the second half we were a bit better. And I thought the goal was always coming. I think we missed Morelos, didn't we? I think it's evident we missed Morelos. But one of my points I wanted to make, if I can just go back to last week, guys. I was on last week after the Hibs game, and I had a wee bit, I'll be done last week, to be honest. But I'd said last week that there wouldn't be any retrospective action, and I'm really annoyed about that, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was under the impression that if the referee sees it and deals with it at the time, which he did do, because he didn't he's seen it, then there shouldn't be any retrospective action. And then when I read in the papers that was going to be happening, I thought, are they just changing the rules to go suit themselves here, or what? Or is it, maybe I'm wrong, did this rule come in that they can change it? Because I was under the impression that, once it was dealt with on the part, it was dealt with. If the referee says he's seen it, which he evidently did, because he commented to the Hibs manager and the Hibs captain at the time. What do you think about that?
Well, personally, I think it was the attention that was brought to the incident by the TV cameras and the newspapers that Clancy changed his mind and stated that he didn't see it. That's the only way that it could have went forward to a panel. If he'd have put in his report that he's seen the incident and dealt with it, it would never have got to the panel. But obviously, he's told a different story than he told to Jack Ross, and that's the way it is, mate.
Aye, tribal television.
Right. Cheers for that, Dave. We'll come back to that, but obviously this is the aftermatch show. We've only got an hour, mate.
Aye,
Here's your thoughts. No bother, Dave.
I'm going to be splitting anyway, because I need to be getting in bed. I'm up at 4, but it wasn't the best game of the night. But you know what? We're still up there, aren't we? We've won it, so we'll take it. But
it's the 3 points that mattered, mate.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. But listen, let's carry on with the night's call. I'll stay on the line anyway, right, until I'm ready to say good night. But carry on with tonight's.
All right, I'll get folks to sing you a lullaby when you're ready to go, right?
That'd be great. Aye.
Who was the players that shone for you, Davey, night?
I thought Davis was brilliant again. I thought Bigger Evo done well. And obviously Hadji with his goal, but I thought Big Calander done something. He was actually faster tonight than there was at one point when he had to run back. He had to run about 30 yards, and he got there before the St Johnstone boy. I can't remember his name. I was quite impressed because I like Big Calander, but I think if he's got a weak point, it's his pace, and I thought he done quite well tonight. So quite a few guys. I mean, we weren't at our best, but we can't be all the time.
Well, you've also got to give credit to the other team at times for stopping us playing,
Aye, definitely, aye, but it's not so much stopping us, it's the way they stop us, isn't it? That just packed the defence.
It's not a great watch, is it?
No, definitely no, definitely no. I think another thing, sometimes we get caught out a lot with, not caught out, because we're not losing goals, we're keeping clean sheets, but I think the switch, see the long switch, that left to right, or the big, we seem to, we don't catch that enough. I think sometimes we need to be on the ball with that. See, when they're doing the big switch, we need to be on the ball with that and being first to that, but and closing that, the receiving player doing. And I think sometimes we let ourselves down with that. But listen, if we're not losing goals, it's very hard to be critical of our Rangers team at the minute, isn't it? To be honest.
75 points and 23 points cleared, mate.
I know. I was just doing a tally up there. I was talking to my mate on text messages, and I think we can get 108. So technically, we can afford another 2 draws and still end up with the Scottish record. So, but I think
we've only lost 1 goal in the league at Ibrox, have we no?
In
the league. We have,
anyway, Jordan's joined us. Evening, Jordan.
Evening, British panel. Locks, how we doing?
All right, mate.
Evening, Jordan.
Give us your thoughts, mate.
Evening, guys. I kind of like commenting the game tonight because I had a problem with my TV and Hesgo wasn't working and the Fire Stick wasn't operating, so I was wanting to light on, so I never even got to see a game, so I can't comment, but obviously I seen the goal for Hadji, different class, and obviously well done to McGregor for making 2 good saves tonight. Another clean sheet, and be a good St Johnstone team tonight because they were on a bit of form in this game, so I don't care what anyone says. It's another good win, and it's another clean sheet. And obviously, I'm 28 tomorrow, so they gave us a nice birthday present, so to speak.
All right, birthday. Well, I'll just let Fox give you a report on the first half, and don't listen to what you read in the papers. This is what actually happened, Fox.
Oh, it was tremendous, Jordan. We were absolutely superb. I got the same picture as you, pal. Don't worry about it.
But Jordan, all matters was the 3 points, mate.
Doesn't matter at all, mate. How many? I just need to ask the panel now. How many wins do we need now to secure 55?
6. Still 6, mate. Still 6. That'll come down on Sunday.
Mind you, those across the city did cut our goal difference by 3 with the help of Clancy again. So where he does the dirty way Alfie, he gives them a penalty kick and on a clear dive and an offside goal. So if we'd have got that tonight, we'd have been 3-1 up as well.
They were talking as if they were Barcelona last night, which doesn't make a difference, but I couldn't care what they're doing now. They don't interest me. As long as we just keep winning at the end of the day, boys, that's the only thing that matters now. Results over even performance now is the only thing that matters for me.
It's a wee bit like the time in between Christmas and the New Year, and you're sitting about waiting in the New Year to have a big party, innit? That's what it feels like just now.
Aye.
Oh dear, what a theory that is. I get it, mate. We're just waiting for the party for the bells to go, eh?
I've just got an image of everybody sitting with blackcurrant cordial and Madeira cake there, waiting for the new year when I was away. But
panel fun, just ask you,
sorry for butting in. I need to get in my bed now. But listen, thanks for having us on. And enjoy the rest of the night, guys, and enjoy the title party because it is coming.
I'm sure we'll speak to you before then, Dave.
Definitely, mate. Definitely.
All right.
Well, I'm back on a decent shift next week, so hopefully I'll get a chat with you. But until then, guys, stay safe, and we are the people.
Cheers, mate. Great call.
Take care, guys. Good night. Thanks.
And you come, Jordan.
No, I was just going to add a quick question. As I said, I didn't get to see you again tonight, but did any of the new signings come on at all?
No, nothing, mate. Nothing.
Not at all.
Nothing at all. I don't think it would have been fair to put any. Well, obviously the boy Simpson wasn't on the bench. It was only the boy Wright. Mm-hmm. And I think they maybe I thought to bring him on if we got further ahead, but the game never materialised like that.
Who got man of the match?
Hadji for the goal, mate. Yeah.
It was a good goal. I've seen the highlights of the goal. It was a cracker.
You know, I got a text report there. I'll not tell you what he said, and it was pretty good. Hurt my feelings.
I think we've been joined by another caller there.
All right, okay. I'll take that.
Maybe no.
Maybe no. I told you it was going to be one of the nights. But everybody, I hope, obviously Rangers get the problem sorted for the next home game if there is an issue. So everybody with the virtual season tickets, that person, we never had a problem here, but I just wondered if it was the volume, like you said, Fox, and the people try to log in. So hopefully we'll get a resolution to that, no pun intended. But wasn't the greatest game, Jordan. You didn't miss the greatest game, but another 3 points towards 55.
Yep.
How you doing, buddy?
How we doing, Shuggy?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm just happy to get that over the line, that 1-0 the night. We were the better team, obviously, but they made it so difficult for us. Do you think so?
Aye, but I think if we'd have took our chances that we had without playing well in the first half...
Through the game, I was looking at on social media and people were slagging Big Roof off. The guy's just back for an injury. Give him 2 or 3 games to get match fit, and I think you'll see the best of him. Do you think so?
Well, what I'll say is, I agree with Tevin Thompson. I don't think he's an out-and-out centre-forward like Alfie.
Yes, bang on, but he was sitting behind the forwards, but he'll still score goals. I liked him with Leeds. I really like, because I live in England. I watch a lot of English football as well. I just love football. Mainly Rangers. Rangers is my life. If my missus says to me, take your pick, Rangers or me, I'll say to her, I'll miss you, darling. And I mean it.
There's a bit of relationship advice for you, Jordan.
I thought Hadji had a good game tonight. I really thought he played well. And I think we've not seen the best of the man. I think he's only a young lad. Give him next season, I think he'll be sensational. I don't know if you agree with me. I think that man will be sensational next year.
He's going to grab headlines for the night match when they got the goal. And obviously, he is young and he's learned his trade, yeah.
I think that he'll not be half as good as his dad, but his dad was absolutely brilliant. I think it's only remaining that was ever could put down as a world-class player.
Aye, I would agree with that, mate. Aye, they did a lot of good players running about there, but he was top draw.
But just to get the 3 points over the line today, good God, brilliant.
That's all mattered, mate. That's all mattered. The Bridgeman won, we won. Anyway,
can I say something before? I only thing I could say is God rest Captain Sir Tom Captain Moore.
Well said, mate. We paid tribute last night.
I would like to say that. Let's say have a wee moment for him. The guy
we did last night, Shuggy. So
in fact, I was sleeping early last night. I'm sorry to miss your show because
right,
I've got a wee bit. I've got a wee bit of problems in my head, no that for work, etc. I have to sort out. But I went to bed early last night.
Oh well, that's all right.
But I'm going to sort them out. I'm going to sort them out. I've got bullying bosses, but let's not get into that. Rangers tonight enjoyed Rangers winning.
Right,
but we deserve to win a lot more.
Listen, Shuggy, we've been joined by some other callers, all right? We've been joined
no, not a problem, but thank you for calling us back. And
no problem. You stay safe, bro.
And you stay safe, by the way. And it's the wrong time to phone me because my head is elsewhere.
No problem, mate. Good night.
God love her.
All right, we've been joined by Cal. Evening, Cal.
Evening.
Well, welcome back, Cal. Spoke to you earlier.
Oh, aye, it's nice to be back. I didn't get to see it, but I was watching your show. Well, not watching your show. I do watch it, if you know what I mean, on the screen. Always picture you behind the big blue star, you know.
All right, okay.
I mean, you've got to please people, sort of, you know what I mean? Great result. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Bridgeman's the big blue star, mate. I'm the wee dot in the corner.
Now, who's under the Rangers scarf?
Who's under the Rangers scarf? What are you looking at?
At the side.
Oh, I'll remain nameless for that. It ain't me.
All right. The thing I wanted to say, seeing all the transfer windows done, the Billy Gilmore thing, that was getting a bit on my nerves, you know, because, let's face it, the boy wanted away, and if you don't want to play for the Gers, I don't think we should even be entertained, sort of taking guys back that never didn't want to play.
It was clickbait, paper talk, mate. It was never a goal, mate.
Aye. You know what I mean? But Have a good night, boys. I'm going to have to watch it on that BBC, and I hate doing it, you know, the bit of the game I'll get. I hate doing it. You didn't spoil it for me with saying, had you scored the goal on that, because I was just switching on to Sky Sports, you know, every 5 minutes, driving my missus nuts.
It's 3 points and we move towards the title.
That's what 3 points. That's what matters. And 1 goal for us and none against, which is very important. Right, guys, good night. I'm going to have to do all my computer and all that, or the Mora and things, try and get this sorted out. Because this isn't happening again.
I don't think that you've been the problem, mate, because you've not been alone, mate. If you'd have been standalone, it would have made sense. It'd be you'd an issue, but there seems to be an issue with the system, mate.
I know, it probably is. I'll have to go right through it, and I might even wait to hear this. Now, we had a new neighbour moved in 3 years ago, Ox. So, you know how you go and introduce yourself. I'm Cal. My name's Liam. I went, oh no, here's the start of it. His wee boy came up and says, what's your boy's name? Have a guess. Brady. You know, you just door shut, she can talk to your mum away. That's it.
Right, good night, brother.
Right, good night. Yourself. Have a good evening. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Fox, there seems to be having a few people with issues, you know, with the virtual season tickets, you know.
Aye, but it sorted itself out for half time for me. You know, it just came on automatically, so maybe they've fixed the bug, and I just kept refreshing it every now and then till it came back on. So maybe they should have left that to the end of the end of the season, mate, and not try to push it through halfway through a season. You know.
Fox, is this the day we are subscription with Rangers TV? Because I couldn't get it on at all tonight. I don't know if it's something with Rangers TV or not.
It was the virtual season tickets, mate. There was problems with people getting logged in, mate. So hopefully the glitch is sorted. Yeah, so we'll take it for there, you know. Obviously, I believe the highlights are on the BBC tonight for people that maybe no caught it. I know it's not the best, but you always see the goal and see some of the nice moves that we did there when we should have scored, particularly in the first half when we had real good chances.
Without playing good chances.
Without playing particularly well.
Yeah,
we've been joined by my mucker, CC.
Alright, well, Carolina, how you doing? You hear me okay?
We can hear you fine, bro.
Aye, I'm out with the dog and I've got my wee earphone in. So is there problems tonight for everybody?
For some people, I never had an issue, did you?
Well, I tried it through my thing and I couldn't get it, so I ended up on the old IPTV. I got that, but I don't like doing that. I like using my season ticket thing with, but I didn't think much of the game tonight.
Well,
it wasn't the greatest.
CC, was it?
Nah. 3 points, not me, no, that's it. That's what we're looking for.
Aye.
And as the Bridgeman says, just keep it going. 3 points and that's us.
6 games, mate. 6 games.
Aye. So we'll be looking at 17 points and that's us.
That's about, mate. Aye.
Aye.
You know?
You're sounding a wee bit down the dumps. What's wrong with you?
No, nothing, mate. It just wasn't the greatest performance, mate. And, you know, you can't be upbeat all the time after watching that. I'm a bit frustrated with the performance, the shape. I thought some of the boys didn't play brilliant, but you can't take it away, mate. They've not let us do all season, have they?
Nah, they have not.
No,
I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not down in the dumps.
He sounds down in the dumps, he does.
Aye, I know, I'm happy.
I thought somebody stole his Aussies fellas last night.
All right.
I'll let you in here. He's in training, mate, and that's what he's tired, I think, you know.
What are you in training for?
To come up the road and see you, mate. I know that.
Is it all you can eat buffet you're in training for?
I know where you live.
I know where you live, I know. Oh, it's freezing here, by the way. You snowing down there yet?
No, mate, no.
No, it's coming, don't worry.
Don't you worry. No, it doesn't snow where I live, too posh. Anyway, Port Blair's joined us. Evening, Port Blair.
You bother.
You stay there, mate. You'll be back in a minute.
I'm staying there, don't worry. Once I know what I'm doing.
Poor Bear.
Come off mute.
How we doing? You all right?
Aye, all right.
I'm off.
We know you're off now, but you weren't.
You're not a cream puff because Hadji scored, are you?
Oh, no. Habji's one of my all-time favourites. It was a good goal. It was a good goal.
Poor Bear. Hadji's a new Kenny. Oh.
Aye, Knox's eyes, not in my eyes, mate, not in my eyes.
No, not in my eyes either. I think he's brilliant, but Ox has got a mate, he doesn't really like him.
Have I said that? I have. I did tell people you sent me a text, mate.
Yeah, the performance. I just think Ox, it wasn't great, it was not great, but that's, again, I'm going to say, I've seen this a few times on the show. When you get results like that, and you play poorly, and you still get the result, mate, that's what matters. And these are the games that inevitably win your titles. I mean, it's all right winning, 4s and 5s, and playing really well, all the expansive football and stuff. But sometimes you've just got to grind them out, mate. And I felt we were always in control. They didn't look dangerous. They didn't look as if they were going to score. They had a wee go the last 10 minutes trying the long ball, but they never looked in danger, mate. So, it's a wee bit despondent to what we watched, because I think we're hoping for a...
I don't know if it's despondent how much. I think the thing is, we've been looking forward to the match for a week, mate, and it wasn't the greatest watch. But look, we take the result, mate, and we move on. We just park it and we move on, huh?
Aye, definitely. It's down to 6 games, mate, 17 points needed. So we're working close to it, mate. It's like I've said on here before, I've said it's over since the 2nd of January. But we just, no, do you know what it is, Oxford? We want it to be over. We want it in our hand. And it's getting frustrating, just it dragging on, isn't it? And as you said, we didn't have that week, with to tonight's game. You're expecting them to be working on a few things, a bit of, different styles tonight. Players with a bit of rest under their belt. I probably did expect a bit more.
I didn't like the shape, mate. I didn't like the way we changed our shape. I didn't understand it, Maybe they felt that they had to do it to get supported Roof because he's not an actual 9 to try and get Joe Aribo next to him, and I felt that affected our play. But that's only my opinion. But that's an observation. That's an observation, not a criticism, because CC, mate, I'll come back to you, what CC. We can't criticise him. We can't criticise him.
No, we cannot. No. Oxford, we won this league in 4 fucking months. Sorry for swearing, 4 months. Do you know what I mean? We were that far in front. We could go into administration 2 and out and we're still fucking win the league. Do you know what I mean? That's what they've been shouting for. Nearly I can swear again. They've been shouting that for months. We're going into admin 2. Let it happen. Still win it. But they're
the one that's a sinking ship,
they've got problems.
A sinking ship. Titanic 0.245 or whatever. Oh, it's bloody freezing. I can't get out how cold it is. If you try to hold this phone.
Minus 23 in it.
That's what happens when you be shorts. That's what happens when you be shorts and flip flops on, mate.
The sliders.
Because you get these sliders for your Christmas, you don't need to wear them.
I need to wear them every day, else you'll go in the huff. No buying you in again. Oh, here I got one of the. She got me one of the beer machines for my Christmas. So she does. So it's called a Phillips Perfect Draft,
right?
And it's the keg of beer, Stella, you get that's 6 litres in it, so it's about 10 pints. I need to stop it. Honest to God, I was saying a few months ago, I can never remember the football. I'm not only using nearly every 2 nights. What done, man? I wake up and I couldn't get any Stella last night, and then I have to get this other stuff. It's called LEFFE, and that's the name of it, but it's 6.6 in the Richter scale now. I mean, it's you end up like Foxy.
What Oof, mate, you shouldn't be drinking that. Not your age. Right, Port Bear, put your finger on it. We're just only quite there tonight. What's your thoughts?
No, just yet again, Oxtail. I think we lost, and this is a big say, mate. I think we lost 30% of our shape and our performance when the wee man's out, Alfredo, because he brings so much to his endeavour, he's running, he's chasing down, which he's been doing the last few games. And I don't think Roof, like you touched on, I don't think he's a natural number 9. I think he likes to play almost in like a 10 role where he can drift and sort of float and go left and right, play half and stuff. But he's not got that physical presence to take on, two big centre halves. He doesn't like that at all, mate. I've seen that tonight. He does not like that at all. He's good at finding space between centre halves. He's one of them instinctive strikers that will look for space, nip in between the centre halves, but he doesn't like playing up against them. And then also, we touched on, you spoke about this often in the show, Alfredo's link-up play, how he drops deep, play the ones in. The goal I mentioned, the one he headers it back for Kent, nods it over the keeper. These are all the things that Alfredo never did in his game, mate, when he first came to us, and I think time and time again, that's when you see what Alfredo brings to your team. They're trying to make Itten into that sort of guy, but I just don't see it in the big man, although he's 6'2" up here. I don't see that link up. I don't see when he's back to goal. I don't think he's that, that presence that Alfie's got. He could probably learn it. I hope he can learn it because he's got a turn of pace, and if he can learn to bring other people into play, just like Alfie did.
All right, mate. We'll come right back to you. We'll be joined by a call. Evening caller.
Hello, guys. How's it going? This is Billy from Bathgate, first time caller. How you doing?
All right, BB, remember that. Billy from Bathgate.
All right, Billy. Just like the boys brigade, they called me.
Yeah, mate. So, what's on your mind, Billy?
I'm just wanting to make a wee point about wee Hadji.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's adapted brilliantly to the Scottish game. I mean, that's now 2 goals. He won the winner against Hibs and he's got the winner against St Johnstone. Just a wee bit of magic, just in the midfield. I'm just wanting your take on that. And do you think he deserves a start and he should have a wee run in the team?
Well, everybody knows he's been one of my all-time favourites, so I'll pass you to Port Bear.
Aye.
I think that's him now. BB got up to, I think he's at 11 assists and 9 goals. I think he's sitting on now, which isn't too bad.
Oh, he's great. I mean, if he snuck in your back door and just stole your telly, you wouldn't even realise. Do you know what I mean?
And I'm going to back up because I love him, Billy. I really do. I think he's going to be a massive player for Rangers. I believe we'll treble our money on him eventually as well.
Aye.
But there is games where he goes missing, mate, and that's what he needs to stop. Although he's played probably pretty well over the last maybe 6 to 7 weeks. As you said,
you speak about going missing. Yeah, you're spot on about going missing because he came into my house on Christmas and my telly went missing.
Don't worry about it, Billy. Sell him his telly back.
I know that. I mean, it's all good getting 6 points and 8 goals, but I just want my telly back. I know he's for Romania and that, but come on, wee man, he's the telly back, yeah?
Do you want one of Bridges' old man's 90 inch? He's got a 90 inch he wants ready. It's no big
90
enough.
90 inches if you Africa.
That's what he wants, mate.
That's a grundig he's got. Oh, no, but I mean, another clean sheet, another 3 points. I mean, surely, I don't want to speak too soon, but we've got this wrapped up, eh?
Oh, it looks that way, mate.
I mean, they could play by Cam, the commentator up front, mate, and I still think he'd do a better job than said to Ted tonight. Couldn't he hold up?
I've got to admit, I wish, in the last few minutes, I wish he'd have shut up about our clean sheet record and Ryan Jack on the pitch with no lost a goal. I said, he's tempting fate. He was starting to annoy me because the team...
Aye. Well, McGregor was in it tonight and all. Some save.
Great save.
I think he's possibly put it out there. I think he's the best keeper that Rangers have ever had.
Oh, I wouldn't argue with that, mate.
You've got to, innit? I mean, Gorham's got bigger ears. I know he looks like the Scottish Cup, but McGregor's definitely got a lot more in his belly. Do you know what I mean? Talking about bellies, that rhymes with telly. Where's Hadji with mine?
I'll come out and fit a new one for you if you want.
Sell the man his telly back, CC.
I'll even put it up on the wall for you. No wires showing or nothing.
No wires? Fucking hell. I mean,
what's your language, Billy?
Oh, sorry, mate. I mean, where's my
That's
fucking
all right,
telly?
mate. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We'll start a GoFundMe page for your telly, mate.
Aye, please. I mean, just address it to where's my telly.
And who was, if you're saying Hadji with the goal, who was he your man of the match?
If they didn't steal my telly, it would have been I. But I thought Davis, again, instrumental in the middle. I know sometimes I think he dilly-dallies a wee bit, but that's just been me being harsh. But I think he does pull the strings in there. He's like the catalyst, the nucleus, if you sat biology in standard grade. Yes, please.
Well done, mate. Very done. Very impressive.
He's the brain in the middle of the team, I think.
Man. I thought he's like a quarterback the way he plays for as he moves us about the pitch. I thought Aribo done some nice things.
Quarterback, and if it's Hadji, it's telly back. Do you know what I mean? But I thought, do you know what? It's just one of the
Kojak, Telly Savalas.
Who?
Telly Savalas, Kojak.
Kojak? No, telly back.
You can't be old enough for that.
Nah, I mean.
Well, you phoned up and it was a Teletubbies, CB.
Who loves you, baby?
Oh, I know, but anyway, guys, I've not asked you, who was your man in the match? I mean, I would have lost it, but really.
I would have went for Hadji gets the limelight for the goal, but I thought Aribo pushed him. But I actually thought Big Hollander did a good game, so if I was picking
man of the match?
I would have went for Aribo as my best player on the night, and then Hadji be the goal, and then Hollander.
I think he let his hair down tonight in more than 2 ways. Big Aribo didn't have it tied up in the pineapple as usual.
He done some stuff that I thought was excellent at night, but sometimes it didn't quite get the end product. But we won the fantastic tonight, Billy, yeah? But we won.
Nah, you think with the firepower we got on the pitch, we should be winning more than 1-0. But I thought the worst thing that happened to us is when we went 1-0 up. I thought we just accepted the 1-0 and just thought, right, let's play for this. But this is about the 60th minute.
I think we huffed and puffed for about 15 minutes after the goal, both there, and then maybe the last 15 we did show up a wee bit.
Aye, I know. As I say, I think McGregor made a massive save.
And you come, Port?
I think the game management is becoming a big part of your game. I don't see why we need to exert ourselves. If we've got the game in control and we're leading the game, and you've seen your team often enough this season, Oxford, in Europe and, in the domestic football, holding on to, a 2-0, a 2-1. I think, Steven Gerrard's, if the game's done in 60 minutes, mate, we've got plenty of games to go left in the season. Let's get it. Let's keep our players safe. Just stay enough to win the games, mate. I think that's just us closing out a season, mate, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We've got big games coming up in Europe, which are more important to me. So don't exert. Why exert or injure or hurt players or needlessly when the game's done, mate? I'm hoping that's for us. Okay, that's only my theory, my opinion, mate. But why push it? 100 mile an hour when you don't have to.
True, mate. True. Look, mate. What the stats says, Jordan, the stats tell us we've dropped 6 points all season. It's now February. We've got to be happy with that.
And I don't understand why we can't go through the season unbeaten in the day, do you know what I mean? I just think the consistency's there, even compared to last season. But that's all defensive-wise, and obviously with Gregsy and goals at the end of the day, absolute top-class keeper. But get these wins early as possible and then get it wrapped up, and then who knows, we could actually be miles and miles ahead of the rest. And obviously, I wanted to ask a question, no relating to it. What was the instance with Ruth tonight? Apparently, because all the puddle drinkers were screaming he should have got a red card, apparently.
Oh, mate, he just miscontrolled it and he stretched for a ball. Jeez, oh.
Right. Aye, no, because all the puddle drinkers were demanding that he get it's a conspiracy with SFA and all that, and all the Aberdeen fans. Of course, when it happens with Brown last night, you don't hear. You don't actually hear a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it. No rest of it.
Regarding the challenge story, I never seen much in the challenge. The boys bounced up and he's put his foot in, and he's touched the back of his cap. But these challenges happen, maybe 10 times a game. I just hope the media don't start their witch hunt again. I'm going to ask you a wee question in regards to Hollander and Goldson. And there's something I picked up on. Obviously, we know where Hollander's not blessed with pace. But do you know who I see a lot of similarities between Goldson and Hollander next year? I don't know if you guys agree with me. Queller and Davy Weir. I think they're very similar. Davy Weir didn't have the pace, but Queller had the pace and the defending ability. Just to see if you think they're similar,
Good shout, mate. Good shout. I can see what you're saying. Natural defender, somebody who reads the game, and they're a unit. Aye, I get where you're coming from. I think Darren's joined this evening. Darren.
Good evening, panel. I'm with you. It was a very slow game tonight. Obviously, the shape we're right out of shape. Obviously, with that goal, he took that goal well, but just right out of shape, in my opinion. Just to see what the panel think about that.
I couldn't work out at times. I mean, I could understand what we're trying to do, but I couldn't understand why we done it, because the last home game we were so effective, and this game we were pretty ineffective at times, but we got the victory. Port Vale.
Aye, I struggle to figure out what we were doing. I struggle to figure out we were doing the 4-3-3 or we were playing the 4-2-3, and a couple of times I'd noticed they changed it, because what they were trying to do was get Aribo closer to Kamar Roof, and they just let Jack and Davis sit in the middle to let Aribo go and maybe try and influence the game further up the park. But it just didn't seem to work. I mean, Aribo had a lot of good moments in the game, but still, in my opinion, didn't do enough. And that's one question I've asked, myself this season. Have we had enough out of Joe Aribo this season? Now, Joe Aribo's first season at Ibrox, I thought, right, this is a player. But I don't like being critical of players, obviously you know this, but can I ask the panel and can I ask the callers, have we had enough out of Joe Aribo this season? I know he's been injured, but for the start he had to where we are now, have we had the same Joe Aribo as we had last season? Have we had enough out of him? Sorry.
I think he does a job for the team, mate. That's him to do different roles. He was in 3 different positions tonight, He obviously tried to get close to Roof, and then we had him on the right. The 3 tried to support Hadji. Then we changed it totally and he went to the left. I think there's more to come for the big man, but I'll tell you what happened with him and Hadji. When it is their day, they'll do things that's sublime that you just think, wow. And when it goes, you'll get goals like you get against Braga. But he's part of a team. Is there more to come? Aye. Him and Hadji are still learning their trade, aren't they? We've lost Jordan, aye. CC, yes, mate.
Aye, I've put a wee picture on in the lobby there, if you can see it on the Skype call. I got my smoke grenades last week, red, white and blue ones and an orange one, and I'm going to order that, but I see it's a shark suit, so I think we're going to need a bigger hammer.
All right, mate, all right, mate. You're number 6 to get picked up, mate.
I think, my opinion tonight, I think as a lot of the callers were saying regarding Roof, I don't think he's a number 9. I think he's better off out in the wing, maybe coming in. And the night we really did miss Morelos.
At times, mate, I was always on it.
Because he pulls a defender. To me, the way Morelos is playing now is the way Kane's playing now for Tottenham when he is playing. I know he's injured, but he drags the defenders all over the place and he starts all over the place, and it leaves it like Aribo and all that to come in and score the goals. I don't know what you think about that yourself.
What do you think? Portbear just asked a question about Aribo. There's meant to come for him, do you think?
Definitely. It's just a start for that guy. That guy's got leaps and bounds to go. He's going to end up at the top of his game. You know yourself about, what is it they call themselves, the Nigerians, what they call the Super Eagles.
Super Eagles, yeah.
He's a hero out there, and he's only had a few games. And he's going for stupid money if we have to sell him. Stupid money.
Yeah. But they're learning and they're happy. Yeah, there you go, Port.
No, another thing I'm happy on is to ask CC and that with the opinions on yourself as well. I was over the moon with the transfer window, and what I mean by that is...
I'm sure we'll come to that in the next couple of nights, mate, but... we've not seen any of them yet, you know.
I was happy with it as well because we never sell any of our big killers, so it means we don't need the money.
No, we don't.
What I was getting at CC was actually the fact that Rangers understand still yet again, and that's us starting to build again. You know, getting them 2 players in for next season. That really impresses me. That the Rangers, a club at a Rangers size, should never stand still. But
great point. Maybe Friday we'll put that out there and we'll get a debate started. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a valid point, mate, about where we are and where we're going. When you go, Darren,
can I come in up? What was I going to say? Is Kamara, is he picked up or not? Really strange he wasn't on at the start. I don't know what the panel think of that one. I don't know why he was.
Well, my view is if you've got a knock, you shouldn't be on the bench, but or you shouldn't come on as substitute. So I think they were just giving him a rest because of the volume of games he's played and what's coming. Ultimately, the manager got it right, but at times it didn't look like it.
They definitely missed him.
Why?
I agree with yourself, Ox. I think they're just giving him a wee rest because when he came on, he did rang, did he?
No.
He didn't look injured or anything like that. I would like to have seen a young boy coming on even for a wee 10 minutes just to give him a wee taste of the ground.
But I don't think I think it was too close to call, CC. I think it was second and third of it. Yep. You'd have seen him, no. Port Bear, Kamara?
Aye, I just think what I touched on earlier on, mate. I think Kamara should probably his best season in the Rangers jersey. I've told you before, I think this guy will go for, mega money. I think between 10 and 15 million at least. I think 15 million gets you to start talking about him. But like I say, we've still got games to play in the League Ox here, and then the big one's Europe. I just think Steven Gerrard's managing the squad, perfectly. He's trying to give guys a rest where they can, especially important players like, Glenn Kamara, who's been outstanding. We touched on his game against, was it Hibs game, Ox, when he had all the wee fancy touches, flicks, we're seeing a side of Glenn Kamara that we didn't think he had because he came in our opinion, we thought he was a holding midfielder. He's becoming this, driving force through midfield with pace. So I just think, mate, I think he's looking at the games and saying, St Johnstone, can I deal with him? I probably can. More important games coming up. So I think that's what he's going to do over the next few weeks, mate. I think you're going to see players that you'll be surprised maybe drop out because he trusts in the squad that, if it comes to it, we need to do another bridge man. You might see Goldson dropping out and Balogun coming in alongside Hollander over the next couple of weeks. Just
no chance. He's in his contract. He's got to play every week. Goldson. He's like CC. He gets paid for a minute on the job.
I understand. He's, we've got this big European time. I've got a funny feeling we can go far in Europe. I really do. I don't think any team in Europe look forward to playing against Rangers over two legs. So if we get an opportunity to rest these guys, then let's rest them. You know what I mean?
Listen, as far as I make my comments about the shape, if Stevie G's come on here, he's like what he's moaning about we won.
The bottom line of it.
Aye, and he's right.
You can't even moan about MD's shape.
A fair comment, mate. Fair comment.
Can I come in again?
No, you can't, Darren. I'm going to tell you why.
It's that time of the evening.
Yes, it is, and it's gone over to Fox for the last word of the night, mate. Foxy boy.
Well, that's, I think, Stevie G's 100th win since he came to Ibrox. It's another 3 points. It's another one chalked off the list. On we go, Rangers. Upwards and onwards. There we go.
Yep, keep it going for the Rangers. Listen, thanks for everybody that's called in tonight, the after-match show. I know it wasn't the greatest game and some people had a problem seeing it. Hopefully everybody gets to see it if they can in the next day or so. But Rangers Radio will be back in the morning night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. We'll be joined by the one and only Linda. Thanks for listening. Take it away, Old School Blue.
From Argyle, so young, to Glasgow City, they come, seeking fortune and a new way of life. How could they know ambitions would grow? Such a beautiful story, and here's how it goes. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. So hoist up your Rangers flags, sing with your heart and voice, celebrate the greatest club in the world. Let our history show what we already know. We are the Rangers, the greatest of all. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers are born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kit, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. 54 titles, we're still going strong.